The electric vehicle frenzy revolves all around Tesla, which I'm sure I don't need to tell you. Tesla sells more electric vehicles every hour than any other electric car company on the planet, including BMW, Volkswagen, and Renault combined. Being number one is an X on the back of the American manufacturer, but it also serves to nurture a robust pool of Tesla competitors, particularly in China. Elon Musk, Tesla's CEO, praised China's local electric vehicle producers, calling the country's automakers the most competitive in the world. The taped remarks of the World New Energy Vehicle Congress in Haina, the high-profile CEO complimented the Chinese market's development potential and highlighted advancements among Tesla competitors. At a time when Tesla has been under fire from China, too. In this rivalry, we will see several big names make significant advances in the Asian car industry. These businesses are currently competing with Tesla in China, and some may even bring the fight to the United States next, so we can say that the Chinese EVs are going to take on Tesla. So let the war begin. With a population of approximately 1.4 billion people, the People's Republic of China is the world's most populous country. It's no surprise that the highest worldwide market share of any automotive is there. Furthermore, the government policies favoring new electric vehicles, or NEVs, as well as subsidies, helped China retain roughly half of global electric vehicle sales in 2020. 2020 was a roller coaster of drama and delays owing to a global epidemic, as some of you might possibly be aware of. As it was for many sectors, lockdown restrictions suffocated China's production facilities and supply lines from February to March alone. Simultaneously, consumer demand had decreased. This unexpected drop in EV sales jeopardized the Chinese government's goal of NEVs accounting for 20% of total car sales by 2025. However, as lockdowns were loosened in the second part of 2020 and into 2021, the electric vehicle industry made considerable advances again. In the next year, China will continue to use its NEV subsidy program to encourage people to buy cars from firms that are currently manufacturing electric cars. China's entire subsidy phase-out has been pushed from 2020 to 2022, although they're entirely slashing percentages. The next 2 years are going to be critical in catching up to Tesla. Let's start with manufacturer being referred to as the Chinese Tesla. NIO is Tesla's main competitor in China right now. NIO is a Shanghai-based, publicly listed car maker that was launched in 2014. The business really presented its first EV, the EP9 two-seat sports vehicle. It did this on the same day that it created its name. NIO swiftly established itself as a top brand for electric SUVs with models like the ES8, the ES6, and most recently the EC6. It's interesting, in a converse to Apple, they're going down from 8 to 6 to 6. I don't understand it. I've been conditioned for iPhone 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then next thing you know, 40. Like, this is how it works. You're going the wrong way. I don't care. But with the recent release of its first luxury car, the ET7, whoa, they threw a 7 in there. Why would they do a 7? I don't understand. The multiples of 2 is perfectly fine. The Chinese automaker now seeks to broaden its reach in the EV industry. This new electric vehicle appears to be aimed at competing with Tesla's Model S. NIO, like Tesla, has a hand in additional EV market expansions, such as the NIO Life Clothing brand, the NIO Service Centers, the NIO Power, which manages the company's network of battery swapping stations. Speaking about battery swaps, it is one type of technology that distinguishes NIO as a rival in China from Tesla. Battery swapping enables electric vehicle owners to quickly just bleep bloop, snip snap, give it a bee, replace the battery in under a couple of just 5 minutes, instead of, plugging it in, waiting for it to charge, all that normal business. So as a result of the split of NIO Power, this has just become the basis of NIO's business model. And Tesla, on the other hand, elected to forsake battery swap technology some years ago. Instead, it opted to focus on longer-lasting batteries and fast charging and just different strokes for different car manufacturers. Nonetheless, NIO has taken use of battery shifting to save money. Subsidies in China are mainly limited to EVs costing around 300,000 RMB or $46,600. However, there is a critical exemption for automobiles equipped with battery swapping technology. This enables the NIO to price its automobiles in the premium segment while still encouraging potential customers with government subsidy reductions. However, the government's intentions to reduce future subsidies may imperil this pricing advantage in the near future. Many of NIO's vehicles will become priced a lot more pricily than Tesla. When it comes to EVs, Li Auto or Li Jiang takes a different strategy. Li Auto appears on the map of China as it moves north. This Beijing-based car maker, launched in 2015, also has a production site in Shenzhou, close to Shanghai and the NIO headquarters. Li Auto is now publicly listed after a Nasdaq IPO last summer that raised $1.1 billion. While Li Auto is only 1 year younger than its Chinese competitor NIO, it has a lot of ground to make up. Li Auto currently only sells one car, a premium crossover SUV named the Li Jiang 1. The fact that the Li Auto makes plug-in hybrid electric cars, or PHEVs, distinguishes it from other automakers on this list. This may already appear to be a fading trend in comparison to fully electric vehicles, especially given China's lofty objectives and timelines for reducing carbon emissions. Li Auto, on the other hand, is attempting to target a certain segment of the Chinese car industry and function as a bridge between people abandoning outdated ICE vehicles and plunging headfirst into completely electric vehicles. So, is Li Auto a rival to Tesla in China? Perhaps not yet, but there are some intriguing parallels. For his distinct vision of the future of electric automobiles, founder and CEO Li Jiang has been likened to Tesla CEO Elon Musk, and he's a billionaire too, so there's at least that comparison. It's unclear what Li Auto has planned next to dethrone Tesla, but it's likely to include selling a second car. So when discussing the Chinese EV sector, it is impossible to overlook Xiaopeng Motors. XPeng is another Chinese car maker attempting to compete with Tesla. It was founded in 2014. It's got its headquarters in Guangzhou, making it the southernmost Chinese car maker on the list. XPeng went public on the New York Stock Exchange last summer, which generated $1.5 billion, which is much higher than I can count. Not sure why that's relevant. XPeng has released 2 electric vehicles since 2018. The first was the G3 SUV, which is followed in 2019 by the P7 sedan. The CEO of XPeng has hinted at a third model, a sedan, but no additional information has been released yet. The P7 is clearly an attempt to compete with Tesla's Model 3 sedan, but this G3 is way more akin to the Model Y, despite the fact that it arrived 2 years earlier. While XPeng is now based in China, it has lately begun shipping to Norway as well. It did at one point have a subsidiary in the United States. The business briefly has a permission from the California Department of Motor Vehicles to conduct self-driving experiments. This technology has been rapidly expanding among key automobile firms like NIO and Tesla. So XPeng Motors just hasn't yet announced its plans to join the US market, but its massive rounds of investment on the NYSE have been promising to the car maker. Kandi Technologies is one of the most established Tesla rivals in China. Having said that, the business remains a small but formidable player in the EV market industry. Kandi has been manufacturing the automotive designs of other Chinese businesses such as the Geely since its start. It's also provided over 40,000 electric vehicles to cities over China as a part of the world's largest car share program. Kandi, unlike many of its Chinese rivals, is recognized for its tiny and inexpensive electric vehicles. In China, the carmaker now sells 3 models: the K23 multi-purpose EV, the Maple 30X SUV, and the K27, which resembles an electric Mini Cooper. Kandi Technologies is also unusual in that it specializes in various modes of transportation, like electric tricycles, ATVs, and even go-karts. An electric tricycle. I have seen it all. What genuinely distinguishes Kandi from the rest of the pack is that it's the first car maker to travel overseas to sell electric vehicles in the United States. Kandi America launched in 2019 and was quickly certified by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to export EVs to the United States. The K23 and K27 4-door electric vehicles are now available for pre-sale on Kandi America's website. After federal tax credit for EVs, the two are valued at $20,000 and $10,000 respectively, which all I got to say is nice. Kandi has said that deliveries will begin in the United States at the end of 2020, but there's been no update since then. The carmaker is presently being sued in a class action lawsuit for allegedly inflating some of its revenue figures. Regardless, Kandi is the first Chinese carmaker to pave the way for future Chinese rivals to expand and then eventually confront Tesla. While buzzy companies like NIO and XPeng garner the most attention, BYD, a sector veteran with Warren Buffett as an investor, is emerging as one of the year's greatest winners. 3 BYD models were among the top 5 best new energy cars in China, a category that also includes plug-in hybrids. While the firm was a pioneer in China's electric vehicle industry and has been making rechargeable batteries since mid-1990s, the hybrid segment is responsible for much of its present success. BYD's top performers are the DM, or dual-mode vehicles, which include a plug-in hybrid system similar to those used by GM's Volt or Honda's iMMD technology. For some customers, the gap between completely electric and plug-in hybrid choices is significantly less important than the purchase price and operating costs. I don't care what technology firms use as long as they develop automobiles that consume less fuel and lower my costs, said Jack Yi, who just purchased a Volkswagen Passat plug-in hybrid in Shanghai. Tesla's fortunes have elevated it to the highest valued automobile business in the world, and Elon Musk has surpassed Jeff Bezos as the world's richest person. However, while Tesla may be leading the push for innovation, China's massive market means that China produces 2.5 times as many cars as the United States does, implying that China is also a growing participant in electric vehicles. There hasn't been many Chinese electric cars in the West, but they are on their way. I do believe I can promise you that, my boys and boyettes. And also fast. So, brace yourselves for a future dominated by China in the EV business, as we, the Americans, must stand up and fight. There's no race war here. We're just chilling. But China will be dominating the electric vehicle market. That's gonna happen. But that's all I got to spew at you for today, so later.